Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm actually going to do a little bit of a different video. I'm going to do a disassemble and reassemble and clean of my M18 3.5-inch Bowie. This particular Bowie is probably my favorite M18, or honestly probably my favorite Hinderer I own or have owned. So this should be a quick video, but let's go ahead and get into it. If you don't know how to disassemble an M18, this is a really good tool to have right here. Armor's tool. Okay, what I do is first go to the pivot. I do not have Loctite on this guy, so it's pretty easy just to use the flathead and then put my finger on the other side. Sometimes if you use a bunch of Loctite, it can get hard real quick. Well, I tend to not use it unless I have experienced issues with the knife in the past coming loose. I have not had that issue with Hinderer, to be honest. Any Hinderer I have owned. Maybe that's just good luck or what, but I have not had the issue. Now, I get the wee hobbits. They're really nice for just any disassemble. These particular ones here, body screws, these are going to be 5/64. Since these are Chicago screws, it's best if you put your finger or put tape on the other side here, because I don't have a Loctite on these guys. Just a simple finger in the back works perfectly. Same with this guy. As you can tell, this guy is pretty dirty. This is my main work user, so it gets used every day in the field. And so the back screws will in fact, the back Chicago screws, the nuts will in fact come out. Ooh, we can tell that it needs it. Oh, we do have a little bit of rust here. I am not surprised, just even though it is S35VN, being out in the field every day, all day, will get you that result. No matter what steel, unless you have one of those like Vanek Super Clean or the newest one, which is, let me think, I am drawing a blank, but someone in the comments might know. But yeah, this guy, as you can see, it was very, very dirty. So what we're going to do is just take a few alcohol swabs, clean this inside out here. You know, some people will have a mat that they put their tools on, or their knife parts on. I have not needed to do that with any of my M18s, just because they're pretty straightforward on disassemble and reassemble. Gonna clean out this pivot here much better. Same in this guy. I'm gonna probably need quite a few of these. Some people will take off the pocket clip. In this scenario, in this situation, it is not needed. Okay, put you aside. Clean the other titanium scale here. Much better. So much grime and dust on this side. It's amazing, actually. Like I work. I'm an electrician, so I work in the trade, and yeah, I get in crawl spaces and attics all the time. So maybe it's something I should have expected, but I guess you don't really know how much it needed it until you start cleaning it and you start realizing that every inch of it is dirty. Okay. We are going to do next. Go ahead and just clean up the pivot. This isn't necessary, but it will help overall the action in the long run. I do know that this guy definitely needs some cleaning. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. This you can always clean, with the knife still assembled, but when I'm able to get at it easier, why not do it? All right. So what I'm going to do is now start the reassemble process by doing that here. We're going to then clean these guys. These guys are the nuke variants, so it's bronze and then have a nuke logo on it. Pop that through. Clean this guy too. Again, not necessary, but I like to personally do it. Okay, and then this one here. There we go. All right, and I think one of the more important things to clean, I'm gonna put the stop pen back in, is gonna be your lock side washer. Oh, sorry about that. Now, everybody has their different oil. I'm just going to use this guy for today. I'm not going to use that much, because the reason why I'm not going to use that much is it is a work knife, not just like a EDC. It's something that's going to get dirty again and again. Let's go ahead and clean this guy off. The nice thing about these alcohol swabs is 99% of the time you can just get that rust or residue off pretty easy. All right. Now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a tiny bit right there. And then spread it along here. And then put a tiny dot there. Woohoo! This is why you gotta be careful, everybody. Knives are dangerous, especially when you drop the blade. Okay, let's go ahead and put the top pen back in. There we go. You're in, but I think, yeah, this guy went ahead and popped back out. There we are. All three back in. Except for this guy. There we are. Okay. So that's clean there. Lock is engaged. We're going to add a tiny, tiny drop right there. And then we're going to clean the other washer. Put a small dab right here. Here. And then these guys right here, we're going to clean really quick. They don't necessarily need to be clean, but if you're someone that likes looks, is very particular, get them nice and shiny clean. Always a bonus. And this is probably my first time doing like say 18 disassemble and reassemble cleaning on camera. There we go. Now, it is never as easy as you expect, especially on camera. Okay, where did my other guy go? I would not be surprised. It slid somewhere. Oh, silly me, it's right here. This is why it's hard with the camera, mainly because the camera was blocking my view of the guy. He just went right behind the tripod. Oh, well, right in front of it, right behind where I could see it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is do these guys here. Pop this one here, pop this one through. Here we are. Oh, I did not have my finger on that one. So let's go ahead and do this here. There. It's matte. Oh, this guy is just staying on here because of the lock bar, which I think is kind of fantastic, to be honest. All right. Pop you through. Pop you through. Now, personally, for people who have not done XM18, like if you have not disassembled your XM before, any beginners, I would highly recommend like tape on the other side. I've done it enough where I don't have to. I'm able to do it with just my hand. Now it's a little bit different when you're doing it on camera. It's a little bit harder, we'll have to admit. on. The thing about one thing that Hinder has always been good about, or especially in the last 2-3 years, is their tolerances. They're up there at the very top of manufacturing, because when you tighten the screw, it is good to go. Like when it, like, let's say here, like, watch this. I'm gonna tighten it all the way. There, good. I don't need to put any extra torque or pressure or anything on it. It just goes in. Now, the fun part with this is always dialing in the action. Hinders are, with any knife, hinders though, my experience, are some of the easiest. Next to like Chris Reeve, when you get it together or back together, it's ready to go. Like, now here, I have it a little tight, so what's interesting is sometimes even a slight adjustment. Also, thumb studs do work on this guy. He's still a tiny bit tight. See, this is an older XM though, so you still have to work at the pivot, but it's not completely drop shut. It's wiggle shut, which is fine. That's for most. And we are centered. So it is hard to be wrong with that. I mean, look at that. Boom. Like, I think we'd have it close all the way. That was my bad. Like, there you go. It's almost a guillotine. This is definitely one that I would not hand to someone unless I knew they knew what they were handling. There you go. And that's going to be it for today. You guys have a great rest of your night. See you next time.